Yeah. What's the deal, y'all? Sharp up in NTN and Trap News Network. You back in this thing, like cook, cracking this thing. Said we back in this thing, like cook, cracking this thing. Like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. It's that knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college. Big dog, tap in with that tap in to make sure you're in fact tapped in with that good content, man. Here at TNN Trap News Network. Yes, that's TNN Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college. Dilly! Make sure you tap in with that tap in if you ain't tapped in with that tap in. And man, at the Garden Freestyle, please don't touch I got a body on it. Fairy Tales and Boogeyman out now. If you ain't got into that, get into that. Dilly! Get into that if you ain't got into that, man. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. And I need y'all to drop a comment because the best comment between now and 25,000 subscribers. Cut the fire off on the stove. Make sure it's all the way off. All of them. Thank you. Man, at the Garden Freestyle, please don't touch I got a body on it. Fairy Tales and Boogeyman out now, man. Make sure you get into that. I'm not finna hold y'all too long, man. The Viral Way podcast has been cooking. They've been doing a pretty good job over here. I know Jumper. I know some of y'all don't like him, but I care not what you guys think. We finna jump into this, man. They asking ADAM22 why he let Bricc Baby talk his way into an indictment and why he encouraged it. They trying to get Adam to take some accountability. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Like Bricc on the Breakfast Club.
Whatever.
Not a
In
guess.
retrospect, I feel a little naive since he did call his podcast that, and he was talking about the checking in process pretty openly.
He talked about it
like Bricc
on the
at the end of
Breakfast
the
Club.
day, we see we understand the bottom line is the money. So at the end of the day, like you just said, if they come on here and you ask them certain questions and they're dumb enough to speak on that, yeah, it's partly their fault. But you don't think the questions you ask are strategically bringing certain things about them?
Well, it's not like I could have even asked about that since I didn't know anything about that. They just started talking about
Well,
it.
like, who are y'all talking about?
No, look. See, me, I'm talking about Bricc. Now, as far as guests that come on and willingly tell on themselves, that's 100% on them.
Okay,
I don't blame platforms for dumbasses coming on the internet where you know the police are watching every platform everywhere and telling on crimes they committed. They're idiots.
Understandable, but did you read Brick's indictment?
I'm not reading through none of that shit. Basically what I'm saying is, regardless of if anything he said on this show was in the indictment or not, some of the shit he said, if that's my boy, like if my brother was to say some shit like that, hey, bro, you got to stop talking about shit like that. Or I'm not even putting it up. Like, nigga, you just said some federal shit. I'm going to edit that shit out before we put the clip out. I'm not just going to be like, oh, fuck it, it is what it is. He dumb enough to do it if this is my boy. See, there's a difference between I'm calling this my homie, my friend, like...
That's real. He's saying, Adam, if that's your homie, why you even got Bricc up there moving like that?
Calls Bricc, or some idiot that just comes up here and wants to go viral. Yeah, I caught 11 hats. Okay, you stupid as fuck.
But I think part of it is the fact that, you know, when Bricc comes on here and says, I'm putting kill squads in the street, or I got more bodies than
Notice how Adam immediately takes off any type of his accountability and says, well, Bricc does da-da-da. Like, bro, that don't got anything to do with the fact that you still be, you know, asking questions and low-key praising this kind of behavior.
You guys squabbles.
That's what I was getting. That was crazy.
Bro, he don't mean that shit.
It doesn't matter.
That's for entertainment purposes.
When he goes to court, they can still bring that type of shit up.
But my thing is that when I hear Bricc say something like that, and of course I assume that Bricc has never killed anybody, but when he says that kind of thing, I assume he's doing marketing because he knows that the aura of danger around him is such that that's really going to hook people and get them interested, and we're seeing that right now. Really, if I had a suggestion for Bricc, if he gets out tomorrow, I'm going to say, let's get a video guy, let's get in the studio, let's drop music right now.
1000%.
Because realistically, having this aura of danger and criminality around you is going to be massive.
Adam is still looking at it like marketing. Hey, Bricc, I know you just got out of the feds, but hey, let's go make videos. Let's go make music. Low-key promoting this criminal danger aura around you.
Beneficial to people paying attention to your music or whatever you're trying to monetize. So, I mean, number one, all those statements were said on live. So, yeah, we could have cut it out, which would have basically meant that everybody besides us was able to monetize it. Or we could have, you know...
Is that more important?
So it's content over everything.
I mean, it's going to happen either way. So.
But the thing is, if you
Content over everything at the end of the day.
read Brick's indictment, you'll see, and I'm not telling you to because I know you don't want
He's not being accused of anything like that.
That's what I was trying to get to. So literally, like, he had an AK case from 2023.
The Hell Pup is actually not an AK. To my understanding, the Hell Pup is actually, I can't even pull it up because YouTube will probably flag me. It's more of an advanced pistol. You know what I'm saying? It shoot AK-47 type slugs or bullets and all that kind of stuff. But to my understanding, it's more of an advanced pistol. You feel me? It's like a super pistol. Put a cape around your yustle. Not a super yustle.
Got nothing to do with anything he said on a podcast. He's not a part of that RICO with Big U and them. He's not listed as a defendant.
Yeah, I saw that.
On that RICO.
Yeah, I seen all that shit.
There's nothing that he said. Now, what you're saying, what Messiah said, like, oh, it could be used against you in court, potentially as a character witness, but I think that could easily be dismissed considering you're an entertainer for a living, and your persona is based on having this, street image, which these statements do nothing but substantiate. It's got nothing to do.
I mean, at the end of the day, if somebody come on here and they say what they say, that's coming out that person's mouth.
And even if Bricc had never been on a podcast, you could just listen to his music and say, look at all this shit that he said that's basically him
Look at ADAM22 denying all plausibility and accountability. That's right, Adam. You move that goalpost.
declaring himself a killer.
His music's way gnarlier than anything.
That's what I'm saying, is that, like, let's say tomorrow Bricc gets hit with another indictment, and it's like, oh, we think Bricc Baby killed these 4 people. I mean, the music is then going to be, the Traplo Ross documentary is going to be crazy because Bricc talks like he's the baddest man who's ever walked the West Coast in his music.
Swamp Story.
And that's what you're supposed to do.
Swamp Stories has a whole video calling him, you feel me?
Oh, yeah, right?
You feel me? The Crip serial killer, whatever they call him.
And I mean, people want to blame you, which I think, again, you asking certain questions could be looked at as, fetish. But at the end of the day, these people are coming up here to give these stories, to give this behind-the-scenes information because they want to go viral. They want the clout. So at the end of the day, if you're willing to take the risk of sitting behind bars or being unalived or whatever the case is for clout, then that's on you, right? Like, at the end of the day, I could pass out the poison all day. It's up to the people on the other side to take it. So if they're going to come on here and they're going to do that, that's on them.
Yeah.
That's
how I feel about it. Even though I feel like you do put people in positions where they could say things that might be incriminating, or you make them feel comfortable enough where you guys start talking about certain
Make them feel comfortable enough to incriminate themselves.
things that they shouldn't be talking on camera. But at the end of the day, they gotta know that for themselves.
But that's for example, like YBC Duel, R.I.P. Someone like that.
Yeah.
You feel me? All of his music's about smoking people, like very disrespectfully. You know what I mean? Then he come over. Of course, like, this is what all your music's about. This is what all your posts are about, your whole entire image. It'd be bad journalism to not ask about that shit, or to not at least bring it up. Like, what are you talking about here? You know what I mean? Like, these motherfuckers gotta know what they're getting into and what this fucking platform is off rip. You feel me?
Lush, you making it kind of sound like you got to know what this platform is, and then somebody's going to say, yeah, nigga, the feds. Kind of set that one up, Lush. Got to do a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm not mad at nobody asking the questions.
When Lush said you got to know what this platform is, if you immediately thought the feds or like police or like jail or anything to do with law enforcement, just let me know in the comments.
It's up to you to give the answer. So these dudes is telling on themselves. I don't really see why everybody's so outraged, like, oh, Vlad is the feds. No, the nigga who answered the question is the fed. If the police pick you up and interrogate you about a crime, are you mad at the cops for the interrogation or the dude who gave all the information up?
And there's a lot of times where I'll do an interview with somebody, and like even the other day I interviewed this dude, Young Dizzy from DC. And later, Ross, appreciate you. And I'm listening to his music, and he's got a bunch of songs that are blatantly like dissing his ops, whatever his ops are. And then I'm asking him about it in the interview, and he basically, even though he's a young ass kid, he basically declined to give any kind of information about who's beefing with, who's got problems with, etc. And okay, I mean, would the interview have been a little bit more interesting if he had spent 20 minutes talking to us all the crazy street shit in D.C.? I mean, yeah, for sure. But I'm not going to hold it against him that he doesn't want to do that. I'm not going to even really push him. It's like the worst I would even do is like bring up a quote. Oh, in this song, like he had a song called Cruddy K. Yeah. I don't actually know who the Cruddies are, what Cruddy means, etc. I just asked him what that means. He's laughing his ass off. He can't, he ultimately isn't telling me shit. And it's like with Bricc, it's like I feel like one of the signature things about No Jumper, when we first started it, I'd be interviewing these underground rappers, talking to them for an hour and a half, and people would be like, I can't believe you're willing to give an hour and a half long interview to these dudes that realistically most people don't take very serious, don't treat as if they really have something to say.
All right, man, we up out here to the next one, man. Y'all know the deal. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. Free Avenue Angel, so he's free. We go.